My family has forced the same middle name on every firstborn son for 6 generations. I'm trying to end it. They're acting like I'm spitting on our ancestors' graves. I, 28M, am Gary. Gary's fine. The issue is my middle name, which every firstborn son in my family has been saddled with since 1861. Gary Seaman. Last name. Seaman. As a middle name. 6 generations deep. Family legend says the first one, my great-great-great-grandfather, earned it as a decorated Navy man who survived a shipwreck and swam 9 miles to shore hauling a wounded officer on his back. A hero. So proud of his service that he made Seaman his son's middle name, and the curse locked in. Every firstborn Gary since has been a Seaman. I have been Gary Seaman my entire life. You already know how this goes. Substitute teachers doing roll call, pausing, then bracing. 3rd grade when the whole class figured it out at the same moment. My work badge, which I keep face down. My wedding, where the officiant read my full legal name to 140 people, and my new brother-in-law made a noise no human should make in a church. So last month I quietly filed to change my middle name to James. Clean, boring, a name that has never made a DMV worker bite their lip. Then I mentioned it at Sunday dinner. You'd think I'd announced I was digging up the family plot. Dad went dead silent. My uncle called me a coward. Grandpa, 89, still terrifying, set down his fork and said, "That man swam 9 miles with a bullet in a stranger's leg on his back so you could sit here and exist. And you want to throw his name in the trash?" My aunt actually cried. My cousin, who's next in line to inherit Seaman, looked at me like I was sawing through his only lifeboat. The family group chat has been a war zone for 3 weeks. There are factions. Mom's secretly on my side but won't say so out loud. Grandpa's threatened to rewrite his will. My uncle keeps sending the same sepia photo of the original Gary Seaman captioned, "He swam for this." Here's what pushed me over the edge, though, and it's why I'm posting. Digging through the family records to build my case, I found the actual 1861 Naval Registry and the local paper from that year. And the legend is a lie. Great-great-great-grandpa was never in a shipwreck. He never swam 9 miles. He wasn't even a sailor. Seaman was just his rank, the lowest one, and he held it for exactly 4 months before being discharged. The reason he got discharged, per the paper? He fell off the dock, not in battle, not in a storm. He was carrying a barrel, tripped over a rope in front of the whole port, and went straight into the harbor. Had to be fished out with a boat hook. The 9-mile swim with a wounded officer was invented decades later by his son, the second Seaman, to make the name sound like valor instead of the town's favorite pratfall. So the sacred tradition I'm being disowned over is 6 generations of cover-up for a guy who tripped over a rope and fell in the water on his first month of work. I have the scanned registry. I have the newspaper. I have the discharge record that literally lists the cause as loss of footing, dockside. And this Sunday, I'm bringing all of it to dinner like a grenade with the pin already pulled. Part of me just wants to change my name and walk away in peace. The other part wants to stand up mid-roast, pass the photo around the table, and let 4 generations of proud seamen discover at the exact same second that they've spent 160 years defending a man who slipped on a rope. I genuinely can't decide which is more satisfying. That's the whole problem.